Hey guys, Roadrunner here, and Mr. Marmaduke. So, watch out, buddy. We are working on establishing our jungle, our camp, out near the pond. I'm trying to get some boards, some wood pallets moved over there, so I can put my sleeping bag on it. And well, if y'all haven't really been paying attention to what's going on the last couple days or couple weeks or whatever, or really just this year or last, my God, I am so happy and lucky and thankful I'm on this farm. I'm so happy, and I'm so happy and thankful to Kimberly and her family for inviting me to come out here. Because with what I'm seeing, I said it last year, we are going into another Great Depression, mainly due to the fact of government actions, okay? And it was basically just like how it was back in the, during the 30s. Farms are going down, stores are shutting down, people can't find work, all this other stuff. There wasn't money to be had because of the fact that both federal government, locals, states, stuff like that, basically mismanaged the economy, which basically affected the stock market as well, which crashed everything for the next couple of years. Now you're seeing the same thing again. When this whole COVID bullshit started up, I didn't really know how they're going to go with it. I thought they were just going to ignore it, because that's usually how everything happens. Every time a goddamn disease comes out, it's always something, whether it's the fucking the swine flu virus, or it's the God, I'm too tired. I'm sorry. I've actually been moving a lot of wood lately. I'm too tired to remember all these names. But every time there's a virus, especially the last 20-something years or more, there's always going to be a news media outlet about it for like maybe the first month or two. And then after that, you don't hear nothing about it. So I didn't really think they were going to take off with the COVID-19 bullshit. Well, damn, I was wrong. So wrong. My God, everybody started getting shut down. Everybody had to stay home. Nobody could go to work unless you were essential. Please tell me how the hell a liquor store is considered essential, please. Anyways, because of that, they ended up having it to the point where either you can get $200 a week on unemployment, which was bullshit, because a lot of the people who needed it didn't get to have it, and the people who didn't need it got to have that, okay? Then, aside from that, you had all these farms, especially up in the Midwest, and I think even out west too, they were starting to slaughter their animals and burn their crops, and people were hungry. That's more bullshit right there, right? Now, you have a shit ton of people in this nation alone who don't want to work, because now, with the stupid mandate bullshit going on for this so-called vaccine, which is complete, utter nonsense. I don't see how the hell it could be a vaccine. Lord knows what the hell is in that damn thing, and I'm surprised it even came out as fast as it did. But they have this mandate for the vaccine and shit, and if you don't take it, in most states, you're going to be suspended without pay or leave or whatever, and, Lord knows, and apparently, you can't go for unemployment and shit like that either, which is complete bullshit, because now you're just messing up people's, fathers and mothers who have to raise their children and shit. They need that money, and all because you're too fucking screwed in the head that you want everybody to take this goddamn vaccine. That's bullshit. You should never mess with a family, especially one that's struggling. all over a vaccine. So, what's the point of this video, right? My point is this. Right now, we have a lot of not only labor shortage, but we also have a very weak supply line right now. And the supply line is so weak. I mean, y'all already seen it. There's shipping containers out there, not just in Los Angeles and the other nearby port, whose name I can't remember. Duke, stay here. But, you know, they're reporting that there's a shortage on truck drivers, which from videos and photos I saw, that's kind of bullshit. It kind of makes no sense why they're not using, I mean, they are using trains, but from what I'm hearing, it sounds like they're not using the railroad for its full capacity to move products that need to be getting out to us, the civilians, right? So, I've said this before, I'll say it time and time again until I can get it into people. Y'all need to get gardens going. Y'all need to at least try to invest in something, whether it's a garden or, you know, if your town allows it. Don't even bother asking town officials. Screw the officials, because the officials, whether it's local, county, state, or even federal, they're the ones who are screwing us, okay? Go get it. Stop. Go get a couple of chickens. Duke! I'm doing a video, buddy. Go play. Go play. Thank you. Children, I swear. Anyways, I swear. This guy. Anyways, just get 2 or 3 chickens. Don't get a rooster. Because if you're not good with your neighbors, especially these days, and they hear that rooster clucking, excuse me, you know, you're probably going to have law enforcement at your house. But get a couple of chickens. Get a couple of hens, 3 to 4 hens. That's really all you need. You'll get at least 3 or 4 eggs every day. And if you have a garden, even if you're in an apartment, if you can get a couple of buckets or pots, just put up like potato plant or tomatoes or something small, something that's small but can grow a lot. Like, again, potatoes, or, you know, tomatoes, or peppers, you know, something, you know. I mean, out here, I'm on 20 acres of land, okay? We're trying to get a garden set up. We don't have one yet, but we're working on it. But we're going to have 2 gardens set up, because they're going to have theirs over there. I'm going to have mine over here at the jungle. And we already got our water covered because we got 2 ponds here. You know, and people got to think. See, the problem is everybody is always looking to the government for help. And, I mean, it's obvious. You know, just look at all the people who are on welfare and shit like that. People who can fucking work like I can, but they'd rather go to the government to get their money. And that's fucking bullshit. You know, and as far as I'm concerned, if you can work, but you got way too many children, you need to stop having children. I'm not trying to be mean. I know people are going to hate me for that, okay? But this whole, well, I got too many children, that's why I need to be on welfare excuse, that's bullshit, okay? Complete and utter bullshit. And I don't care if you're black, white, or Hispanic. If you can fucking work, go out and work. Have the kids work. See, during the Depression era, the kids have to work too. You know, most of the kids were working, making money, you know, or the youngest was out there, you know, maybe collecting something. Maybe they were collecting sticks to get the fire going, to keep the house warm. Duke, stay over here. Come here. You know, just something, you know. Watch out. I don't understand why people are just so goddamn lazy and dependent on the government. You know, and people try to make me and all the other hobos look bad. At least we're going around the country doing jobs for people. You know, we chose to live this lifestyle. And you know what? We don't got bills to pay. We don't have kids to take care of for the most part. And we don't have to pay rent on anything. Me being out here, me working, that's my rent. Okay? But everybody else, y'all need to start getting gardens going. Y'all need to get a water collection going. Collect rainwater. For God's sake, I know that sounds so cheesy, but collect rainwater. If you collect rainwater, I mean, you don't have to take the most expensive shower or have the biggest shower in the world. Just body scrub yourself. There's no shame in that. There really isn't. Even when I had my homestead in Lufkin, I still, for the most part, body washed myself because of the fact that I knew that I didn't have a lot of money to pay for water and electricity and shit like that. You know, sponge bathing, that's what it is. There's no shame in sponge bathing, okay? So, with that being said, I just don't understand why people can't see this. Because the next thing you know, there will be rioting and looting and shit. Don't believe me? Just look at what happened last year. Once George Floyd got killed, or died, or whatever the hell happened to him, I don't know. Nobody seems to have a clear answer as to what actually happened to the guy. One of the neighbors has a donkey, that's what I was hearing. Anyways, you know, once that shit happened, look at what happened in all the major cities. Houston, Portland, New Orleans, I'm pretty sure San Francisco and Los Angeles. You know, all of these big cities. Everybody was looting and rioting. It wouldn't surprise me, no offense to law enforcement, if some of the cops even got involved with it. You know? It doesn't make sense to me. Why they're rioting and looting over just one simple guy who turned out to be a fucking criminal and a thug. And two, why people would want to do that anyways. You know, you're destroying your own community. You're destroying your own town, your own city, your own home, and it makes no sense whatsoever. Now it's at the point where even officers in, what town was that? Some big city, it's the one where that Taco Bell got burnt down because the two officers, I think, yeah, they shot the guy because he was trying to tase the officers, which that's on him because he stole their taser. He was trying to tase them. I don't think they were even trying to kill him, to be honest, but apparently he died, if I remember correctly. All of a sudden, Taco Bell, who had nothing to even do with this, but it was on in their parking lot, they got burned down by fucking rioters and shit. I'm like, what the hell? I mean, I don't like Taco Bell, but goddamn, you don't have to fucking burn a business down just because it was in their parking lot. Jesus. Y'all see what I'm trying to say? We are already in another depression, another Great Depression, and Marmaduke's got the zoomies. Duke, do you have zoomies? Duke, you have the zoomies? No, you did. I wish I caught it on camera. Anyways, we're already in another depression. People just don't realize it. For some reason, everybody has it in the back of their mind. Everything's going to go back to normal. Everything's going to be like it was pre-2019. No, it's not going to happen. It is not going to happen. It never will. They're going to keep this COVID-19 bullshit and all these new variants going and going. They're going to push it. And they're going to get the mandates. They're going to get all that shit going. Okay? They don't care. And then, you know, they want to know how much money you got in your account if it's over $600 that you're either withdrawing or buying or some bullshit like that. That's none of the government's goddamn business. That's not the IRS's business. That is nobody's business but yours and the person you're buying from, or vice versa. So, yeah, I'm fucking worried because I really feel like eventually everything's going to go to shit, and it's not going to be like the 1930s where people were trying to help each other. It's going to be more of, well, you have it, you need to give it to me. You know, you know, either we'll stab you or we'll use our guns on you. We'll do something, but if you have what we need, you know, you better give it to us, sort of deal. So, I'm very worried. Matter of fact, Sensible Prepper himself, he was talking about, how families, I think it was how families survived during the Great Depression because his grandmother was a Great Depression survivor. And even he said it, actually it was his grandmother who said it, and he was just repeating it, that she was worried because back then people helped each other. Now everybody's just so selfish. They really are. Everybody's so selfish. You know, nobody wants to help each other. I love helping people, if y'all haven't figured that out by now. But, I mean, I can't understand why nobody else would love helping each other. It's like all anybody could think of in the back of their mind is, money. That's all they could think of. If there's no money involved for that person who's helping, what would they want to do in the first place? That's usually how it goes. If y'all don't believe me, think about it. Why do I dumpster dive? Because these corporations don't care about us. They really don't. I mean, it's at the point where I have to bike ride, 20 miles west of here just to go dumpster diving. I mean, yeah, we're in a small town, but that doesn't mean we have everything we need. And I still got to go dumpster diving at these dollar stores and all these other different stores. Duke! Hey! Marmaduke! Anyways, my point is, just try to realize we are in a Great Depression. I call it the Second Great Depression. I don't know how long it's going to last. I don't think anybody knows. I don't think anybody really cares anymore, to be honest. Nobody cares, Everybody's going to be only thinking of themselves. They're not going to help each other out, let alone their families, if they're even, smart enough to do something like that, or man enough, I should say. There was a thing in Philadelphia, I think it was in Philadelphia, just the other day. A subway attack. Guy, I think either he did or tried to rape a woman on a subway car, of all things. And nobody stopped to help her. Nobody. No, instead, what do? They either called 911, which is not bad, but how long does it take in the big cities for law enforcement to show up? It takes a fucking very long ass time, regardless of what the subject matter is. And not only that, people were filming it. And I did a Facebook post about it this morning, and nobody except for maybe one person seemed to give a shit. And I'm going to say the same thing I said at the end of the rant I did when I shared about it. Grow a fucking pair and start manning up to help and defend our women and children. Why are we allowing scumbags like that to fucking do this, especially in public? You know why he did it in public? Because he knew nobody was going to give a shit. And even if law enforcement did show up, these days, those fucking assholes, those fucking sick fucks, they get off easy. They really do. And that's what fucking pisses me off. So, anyways, sorry I got off a little track. Get a garden going. It could be a small one, it could be a large one. If you got a backyard, that's big enough to play a little bit of soccer in the back, go grow a garden. It ain't as hard as people say it is. And don't say, oh, well, we don't have time. Just go do it. Have your kids do it. Get them off the fucking video games and get them off their phones and go grow a garden. Go collect rainwater. You better start doing hand-me-downs for your kids on your clothes, because believe me, clothes are getting a lot more expensive. Gas, Jesus Christ, you might as well get a couple bicycles. Gas around here, if you want a Supreme, gas is $3.84 around here. Okay, the cheapest gas I've seen around here in southern Kansas is $3.15 a gallon. That's just on unleaded. Okay, imagine if you're going way farther up north or even out west to Los Angeles. Jesus Christ, it's like $4 or $5 a gallon or more from what I saw. You better get them propane tanks in. You better go and get whatever cooking materials you need. Start getting a bunch of flour, get some cornmeal, get sugar and spices and everything nice. Get rice and beans, get all that good stuff. We don't tell y'all to get rice and beans just so y'all can fucking starve. You're not going to starve. Believe me, I eat off of rice and beans. I know. Rice, beans, and eggs. It's not that bad. But if you actually start thinking outside of the box and you start cooking from scratch, and just start thinking outside the box on just about anything, women, or really everybody. Y'all need to start learning how to sew again, either by hand or get a sewing machine, especially one by foot. Learn how to start doing quilts. Learn how to start, if your house has a fireplace in it, you better go get some firewood. Even if you don't use it, you better go get some firewood, because Jesus Christ, especially around here, it gets down in the negatives. And I've been in this kind of weather before. I'm used to it. But a lot of people aren't. And that's my point. Oh, Duke, looks like Duke found something. You know? If you have dogs, and believe it or not, dog food is starting to get expensive too. So I've had to cut down on the meals for both Pixie and Marmaduke. You know, they're still getting fed, but I have to ration their food out. If you do run out of dog food, and like I said, dog food's getting expensive, and that's one thing I'm looking for when I'm dumpster diving. If it's getting expensive and you can't find any dog food, look up online like I had to. Go ahead and type in food, you know, how to feed your dogs without dog food. And there's a lot of different ways you can actually do it. My dog, especially Marmaduke, he actually knows how to get small game and such. That boy catches rabbits, squirrels, raccoons. That boy has catched it all. And he's eaten most of them. So I'm not really worried about him. Pixie, on the other hand, Marmaduke might actually have to share. But anyways, like I said, the second Great Depression is here. Shit's gonna go down. I don't know how bad. I'm not a fucking psychic. You know, I've made these videos before, and I've tried to be nice about it, but nobody seems to care or understand, let alone give a shit. You know, just be thankful that there's, you know, farms like these out here who are actually able to get, you know, your beef and your eggs and stuff like that out, because without us, y'all wouldn't have anything. Y'all really wouldn't. So, anyways, I gotta go. It's about to be sundown. I'll see y'all later. Peace.